Hey pilgrims, Grego here, taking a look at a project in the wings. Let's talk about Delilah. So it was bought from a specialist, they sell old cars or something, not just Volkswagens, but after a short period of time, the owners discovered that this car had a lot of faults and needed a lot of work. So we were been put in charge of sorting it all out. So they had to spend money on brakes, suspension, engine, the whole bit. We'll talk about the engine later because it's actually getting rebuilt now. But let's have a quick look at what was done. So I'm pretty sure this classic car specialist dealer just had their own little shop out the back with a couple of fellas that are just taking whatever it takes, slapping a bit of bog, spraying a couple of coats of paint and getting it out the door, whatever it takes. So body wise, you can see where it's all been touched up along there, like that's all filler in they all rust there, but this one's got this nasty sort of rust along there. I hope you can see it's late in the day. We've been putting in some big hours and big days to get the jobs done. But yeah, so it is a cool bus. Let's see if this works here. Look at that, one key does the whole car. That's nice to see. So it's got a rock and roll bed there, but it just all needs to be trimmed. But unfortunately, you might be able to see it here. Check this side. Like, there's no doubt about it, the rust is definitely the biggest issue. It's an auto. It drives absolutely beautiful. Well, it did. There's a whole story behind that. But so it's a camper, and they've got storage in the old Bunnings toolbox, which is pretty cool. And they run a one of those portable lithium batteries, the Blue Eddies or whatever they're called. They got a little fridge in between the seats. So yeah, I sort of drove this thing back. I noticed when I picked it up it was quite noisy in the motor. It was picked up from down at Coffs, and I noticed that it was just the motor didn't sound right. It sort of went okay down the road, but I would call it not great. So there's been motor spent on a rebuild, money spent on a rebuild, but when it comes to Type 4s, not just anything is not just anyone can rebuild them. Basically, you got to have experience in, like, even as far as air-cooled mechanics go, mechanicals, the Type 1 based engines are a lot simpler to work on, but the Type 4s are a very expensive motor to rebuild, because you got to do it properly, and a lot of the parts you want German in there. It's not as easy, there's not as big a variety as parts as for the Type 1 based stuff, but they are a better motor technically. So the auto and all that shifts okay, but I've got my man looking after. The owners are coming up to visit soon, and we're going to go around to the mechanic's place, and we're going to pull the motor down, the rebuilt motor, and we're going to inspect it, measure everything up and see what was at fault, because apparently from day one the motor always not only leaked oil but burnt oil as well. So they had the oil leaks fixed by another mechanic, and he tuned the carbs and whatever to make it run all right, but it still burnt a hell of a lot of oil. So it was very low on oil when it was making the noise, and that was only after like 400 k's or something. So it was like full when it left coughs, and by the time it got here there wasn't much left. But so there's definitely some internal issues with the car, and that's what we've got to check out. But we're basically going to start with a full tear down, pull all the glass out and everything. I think we're going to change the sliders, and I'm dreading what's underneath this pop top, but I think it's going to be bad. Oh, here, I might show you this one here. You know, when they go there, you know it's going to be dramas, and you can see even down that pillar there. So we're not 100% sure what to expect, but that's definitely, you gotta, with these things, it's going to be sandblasted anyway, but with these things you got to determine whether it's rusted from the inside or the outside, and I'd say it's the inside. It's all come from the top, it's working its way down. So Delilah, although, you know, all the front looks nice and tidy and nice door trims, and, you know, put her in D and go and whatever, but it's more to it than that. Unfortunately, it needs a serious amount of love. This owner's been waiting for a couple of years, as most people who are starting to arrive with their cars now. I just got to keep Andrew busy on the welder. This is going to have heaps of welding on it, as is the next one that's coming along as well. Yeah, so we'll call it Delilah. It didn't really have a name, but Charmaine mentioned that she likes the name Delilah, so I reckon it's sticking. And they like this colour and everything, so that's all cool. There's some all-wear cool, some good gear there. Yeah, so it is very groovy, but stay tuned for a fair bit of work going on with this one. In the meantime, in case you're wondering, Grego here is doing bodywork paint assembly with the help of Casey as well. She's given us a hand. But Andrew, basically, I just like him to keep on the welder, grinder and welder, you know, full panel replacements if need be. I think this one's going to need quite a few panels, but until it's blasted we won't know. Yeah, so we will see how this goes. It's a beautiful day in the valley. Oh look, see, Kookaburra up there. Probably can't see him. Just sitting on the line there, having a laugh. What do you reckon, Bo? It's about time to knock off? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so I thought I'd introduce you to Delilah. We're just going to make it solid again, whatever it takes, I guess. Without going overboard, we're not making it a show car, but we have. I won't go into this story now, but we have learnt that, you know, if there's issues with panels, we'll just replace the whole panel instead of trying to rework someone else's bad work. That's the moral of the story, and the lesson learned recently, that when you're dealing with someone's previous repairers that have done the wrong thing, and then when things go wrong, yeah, it's all put on you. So you know, but that's why I video document everything, because it actually helps explain things to people if they actually can be bothered listening. Yeah, but anyway, it is time to go inside. 7 o'clock, that'll do for the day, and we will talk to you later.